This is the last class of this session, of this year, and let us begin with the Kathamrita Stotra. Tava Kathamritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibhiriritam Kalmashapaham Sravana Mangalam Srimadatam Bhuvi Grinanti E Bhurida Janaha. We are reading that Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is asking a devotee, bow before God. It is God alone who has become all this. But in certain places, for instance, in a holy man, there is greater manifestation than in others. So God has become everything, but not that everything is manifested as God. So this thing we have to understand. Unless and until God is there, nothing is there. Sometimes there is some electric wire, there is also electricity passing, but there will be a caution, 440 volt, don't touch. And there will be some electric wire also, very low volt. Even if you touch, you don't feel that way. And there are some, if you are touching, a little shock and nothing much. So that way, the same electricity passing through different wire, and they are having different capacities, and that manifestation of the electricity. Similarly, the God is manifested in the holy man the most. There is greater manifestation than in others. So this way, if we can try to understand, it is the manifestation, and then it says that the reflection. To explain this, they say the reflection of sun is there on the glass, but those glasses which are very clean, you can see the reflection more. But those glasses which are covered with the dirt, reflection is less, and some places almost nil. But if it is the mirror again, then reflection is much more. So similarly, God's manifestation, God's presence in every being, but in certain places, for instance, in a holy man, there is greater manifestation than in others. Then he said, all the sin of the body fly away if one chants the name of God and sings his glory. That is the reason most of in our India and most of the religions, they have different stotras, slokas. They will be going on chanting. But we have to remember, only chanting like a machine, if you put a record and the record player will go on singing and chanting, does it mean that record player is also getting some benefit? No. It should be connected with the mind. It should be connected with your discrimination. It should be connected with the meaning of those words. And then only this thing will come. That's why Sri Ramakrishna is telling, sing his glories. That is the thing. The glories means the epithets of gods, the specialities of gods, why we are calling him as God. So that is the reason all the sin of the holy body, fly away if one chants the name of God. When you sing over here, Khandana Bhava Bandhana, it's a prayer. It's not a song. There are so many songs are there. After listening to that song, we are feeling happy. But this type of songs is a prayer with music. And what are the prayer? Khandana bhava bandhana. Please cut asunder our bondages. The very first line. And if we don't understand what are the bondages in our schools, in the evening, all students mostly they are hostel, so they have to sing, they come and sing. They don't understand the meaning, they can't pronounce properly, but they will go on singing. A group of boys who have the talent, so they learn, they'll be sitting in the front, they are the leaders, they will sing. Every day they are singing without understanding anything. The reflection is totally absent. In Arunachal, in our school, the same system. First generation, second generation students, after passing away, they have become doctors, engineers, officers. In one place, I was waiting for the ferry to come to cross the ocean, that river. Then one gentleman came. Now he is a doctor and he is in charge of a district. So he is a big man now. So he came and he sat by my side and said, Swamiji, he is a tribal man. The Swamiji, I was in this school, in your school. By seeing me, he understood. And we used to sing one song, Khandana Bhava Bandhana. But unfortunately, I have lost the script of the song, and to some extent I have forgotten the tune of the song too. In those days when we were students, when we used to sing, we never bothered about what we are singing, just to pass some time because that was the routine. So we used to go and sit, and sometimes we are not happy that we are sitting over here and chanting. Sometimes we used to simply making some sound so that the Swami is over there in charge, they won't understand like that. That's the children that do. Now I feel those words were so good. Can you please teach me? Now, as the boat, it will take nearly 15-20 minutes to come. Will you mind to teach me that song again? Can you please sing? Look at it. I sang one or two lines and I was trying to explain. And he told, can you please send me a cassette? And all this. Now, this thing, the reaction is coming when he has grown up, when he has understood the meaning of it, depth of it, then only that thing is coming within the mind. So when the Sri Ramakrishna is telling, all the sin of the body fly away if one chants the name of God. So people go and they will be going on chanting and shouting, and then after. Then another person in Delhi, it happened. A group of people, they placed a record and the microphone, it was so loud, it's so difficult. I told, why don't you lower it down or stop it? Because it is not the place to sing. We are playing the name of God. You must be a sinner. That's why you are thinking like this. I told, I don't know whether I am a sinner or not, but now, if you are not stopping it, I am going to commit a sin. So stop it. So, like that, people they think in this way. It's not like that. So all the sin of the body fly away if one chants means you have to understand it. That means understanding the meaning of it. Prabhu mere abaguna chitanadhara. It's a song. Many of the musicians, singers, they are singing in different ways in the classical way, and they are giving the attention how many ways they can sing it, not on the meaning of it. But Swami Vivekananda, he was not ready to listen to, hear to this song. But the moment these words entered into his ear, immediately he turned back, he sat over there, he accepted all those things that he was just a moment before refusing. A sannyasi is not supposed to listen to the song of a Bhaiji, as they in our place they say call it. The professional ladies, they were singing in those days. So now The meaning, Prabhu mere abaguna, all my sins, you should not accept it, please do not accept it. So the meaning, Sri Ramakrishna is telling two means to realize God. One, practice. Go on practicing, practicing, practicing. And the passionate love for God. This is another thing, the passionate love for God. You have to love God in such a way as if without God I am going to die. That's called passionate love. In the fables of Jesus also, the stories are there. He pushed the head into the water and then asked how you were feeling for the air, for the oxygen. So similarly, that passion, the passionate love for God. Without God I cannot live. So if you practice, and slowly, slowly, passion will also come, love will also come. But once I go, once I hear, and then I feel it's okay, it can never. Even the people who used to visit Sri Ramakrishna, in the beginning, maybe one or two words that he used to say, it didn't touch their heart, they didn't like it. The two gentlemen went to meet Sri Ramakrishna, and when they entered, Sri Ramakrishna just came down from Samadhi. They had no idea what is Samadhi. They are Calcutta Babus, just to enjoy. So it was almost dusk, the evening was approaching. When the Sri Ramakrishna came down from Samadhi, a person when coming up, we can say, from deep meditation, and Samadhi we can understand the ultimate of meditation. He was oblivion about all the surroundings. He couldn't feel what is what. So Sri Ramakrishna said, is it evening? Then the one man told to another, have you seen that person? Just in front, there's a lamp is burning. Can't you understand that this is evening? He's asking. All these things are chalo, this we need not to be here. So just one word that didn't appeal to him, the word from God he couldn't understand. So that is why again and again you have to go, maybe one or two sentences that will touch your heart and change your mind. So these are the things, when the mind is ready, even single word, immediately whole thing comes. The Sri Ramakrishna is giving the example. One person who was going with a musical instrument, it's called khol, it's made of earth. And that person told, where from you made this instrument? He said, from the earth of that such village, but particular village. That village belongs to his guru. His guru resides over there. Immediately, the moment he heard the name of that village, he remembered his guru and his teaching, and he went into ecstasy. Oh, you are coming from there? Like that. And some of the places, some of the people, they come and they say, we are from Kamarpukur. The moment they say from Kamarpukur, immediately we feel, oh, they are coming from Thakur's place. That person maybe never visited the Kamarpukur temple, no connection with the temple, never helped them, rather might have created problem for them. This is all mostly. But for us, the moment we hear the name of Kamarpukur or Jairambati or Belur Math, we immediately feel, oh, not that person, but our mind goes to those places because it is associated with Thakur Mahaswamiji. Every morning I come and stand over here and offer my pranam to Thakur, and immediately my mind goes to Belur Math, because morning we used to go to Belur Math, from the side gate we are entering, Thakur is sitting, his image, then we go to the front, then we are prostrating before the Thakur, then getting up, like this, that remembrance. It's a pilgrimage. Regularly I am going to Thakur. Then I come down and then walk, and by the side of the Ganga, we entered into the temple of Mother. Mother is facing the Ganga. there's a little bit of mist, the sun has not risen, so a few, one or two Swamis or Brahmacharis, they are going. So that picture every day we used to do, and that picture came. I offered my pranam to Mother, to Swamiji, to Raja Maharaj. So like that we can, if we can remember every day, it becomes associated within our mind. And without that we can stay, and that is called anuraga. Raga means attachment. Anuraga means it is passionate attachment. You cannot live without that. And that will help you when you are sick, when you are alone, when there is nothing, you can't read, you cannot do japa and anything, just maybe that doctor has applied some medicine and something like that, or they are going to operate you. In that time, just send the mind out. If the mind is not there in your body, let the doctor do whatever they like. My mind is somewhere else. It is now walking on the Ganga, shore of Ganga, and visiting temples and talking with Swamis, and we are seeing the puja. So that gives that image, and mind is there. So that is called passionate. Then it is again another Sunday. It is 25th February 1883. Devotees like Rakhal, Narendra, Bhabanath, they were all there, and many others. Rakhal means afterwards he became that famous Swami, and then Narendra, we all know, Swami Vivekananda. They used to visit to Sri Ramakrishna. They were all young people, students, and few of them, they used to stay over there. So that is very important. When the people are going and staying over there, so naturally they can come out of their regular routine. When you are staying here in the temple, and we tell that 5 o'clock the temple will open, and then 7 o'clock I chant the Gita, and then the 8:30 Brother-ji will do worship, puja will begin. So naturally you think that I must have to go and attend. At home 8:30 only you are getting up, and then so obviously that is the mental pressure. Slowly the discipline comes, and this discipline, when it is in a cosmic level, it's called Rita. And without that cosmic level discipline, everything will break down. So Ritam Satyam, they say, Ritam Satyam Param Brahma, etc., that in the Upanishad. The Param Brahma, the highest truth, Brahma, the truth. What? Ritam. What is the Rita? The discipline. Everything that will go. Have you ever find that the sun is changing? And someday it will be in 4 o'clock, someday. No, it is simply going on. So the rishis, they thought there must be a rule. In the cosmic world, it's a Rita. And the same rule applied to the human, it's called Satya. This Satya, that we have to hold to that truth. What is that truth? The human being is a spatial, they are divine. In reality, they are divine. So we have to manifest the divinity. How? These are the ways. Sravan, Manan, Nididhyasana. You have to go to your Guru. You have to listen from the Guru. You have to go on repeating that. And then you have to meditate on that, ponder over that. And then again and again and again, so many things will come out. So that is called Satya. The Rita and Satya, these are the two things. See, this one of our guest room, we have given the name Rita, and the next room is Satyam. But those who are staying over there, I was expecting that they will come and ask, what is the meaning of it? Nobody. They came and told it's a good arrangement, everything is very nice, the beds are very good, everything. Then I was told, what about the names? Oh, names, yeah, that's also good. Sanskrit name, we couldn't read. Okay. So what to do? It is written in the English, anyway. So this Ritam and Satyam, these are the two laws. And in the human life also the laws should be there, discipline should be there. Here Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling about that there are systems are there, rules are there. What? In the human being also there are different type. He is mentioning these devotees like Rakhal, Narendra, Bhavanath, they may be called Nitya Siddhya. Nitya means regular. Siddhya means already attained it. In Hindi they will be telling पहुँचे हुए महात्मा. तो कहाँ पहुँचे हैं महात्मा भी नहीं जानते हैं और जो कहते वो भी नहीं जानते. तो where they have reached they don't know, but they call पहुँचे हुए. That means Nitya Siddhya. He has already successful in that Nitya. Regular, it is normal, natural. So this is natural, that Siddhya. The spiritual consciousness has been awakened since their very birth. Look at it. This Narendranath, then Rakal, some of the people they will be discussing about Narendranath, why he did like that, why he said like that, why he was wearing these, why he was eating these, all these people without knowing. And who is this Narendranath? He was not having his body consciousness at all. These people who are talking about this, can they understand what is the forgetting the body consciousness? The great soul. One Swami Vivekananda, he was getting ready for the lecture. He was in America. So obviously he used to maintain all the norms. And in those days, we can understand America, everything was very, and you have to go to the dinner, there's a special dress, you are going to do this, another dress. So he was also maintaining. When you are in Rome, you must have to behave like a Roman. So he was very neat and tidy, and then he was ready for the lecture. But when the person came to call him, Swamiji, everything is ready, please come. He was again and again going near the mirror. Then the gentleman, he jokingly said, Swamiji, you were already a good looking person, very handsome. He said, no, I cannot remember my body. I am going to lecture, I am going to tell them something. But to whom? Who will tell? I can't remember my body. Can you imagine? So that height of mind, Nitya Mukta, Nitya Siddhya. In the Gita also we find in the 7th chapter 16th sloka, there the Krishna is telling Artha Jigyashu Artharthi and Jnani. Artha, the distressed one. Jigyashu, the knowledge seeker. Artharthi, wealth seeker. And Jnani. So they are, but in the beginning he says, Chaturbida bhajante mam jana sukritino Arjuna. Sukritino. Even these 4 people who are coming to God for wealth, coming to God for the betterment of their health and other things, they are also Sukriti. Otherwise people won't believe in God. They won't believe in it. Rather they will be criticizing all these things, and they think they are great people, they think very positively and they are modern, all these things. So when a person is having little faith, when he is coming to God and he is asking for, oh my God, right this moment I am suffering, can you please help me? The physically, mentally, it happens. Some people, they were wondering what will happen because of the wrong injection and the bad effect of the injection. Something has happened to that body. The mother and the daughter, both they were suffering. What to do. Then I suggested something, you please pray to Ma Sharadamani Devi. And then afterwards, they found a very good doctor. You can say they were searching for the doctor, they found a good doctor. But at the same time, we can also say, look at this, when you were taking the name of God, praying to Mother for help, the help came in this way. Not that the mother will come and, so help came in this. And sometimes directly help comes. I got one later from one of our devotee from Bombay. He wrote it. I think I mentioned in some of my lectures that one young lady, Muslim lady, and she developed the skin disease. And skin disease, it is very difficult to cure. And she was in such a condition, even the parents kept him in an outer house somewhere, and they used to give the food only, because every day it was becoming worse and worse, and the smell is so difficult. So who will not serve? So they kept her over there. One day she was praying to her God, Allah, reading a Quran, their book, holy book. And suddenly she slept and saw in a dream that a very compassionate lady, she has come, she is putting her hand on her forehead and telling, why you are crying? This book you read carefully and pray to God, pray to Allah. Allah will cure you, Allah will help you. And within 15 days, if you can read in this way, 15 days you will be cured. And she was cured in 15 days. And without any medicine, without proper medicine or anything. And she was wondering, who is she? Then after all this, almost a year afterwards, when she was completely all right, she went out for marketing or something with her mother. In a calendar that was hanging, they saw the picture of Ma Saradamani Devi. And she was not knowing. She told, this is the lady appeared before me in my dream. And she told it. Then they were started searching, who is she? That the shopkeeper who was having the calendar couldn't say anything. Then somehow someone told, this is Ma Saradamani Devi. So this is the story, it happened. It's not just something, it's happened. And this way we find, if we are praying to God, that's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling, bow before God and pray to Him. And Arti, Jiggashu, Artharthi, Jnani, all the four will get the blessings of God. If you are distressed, come to God and pray. If you want to know something, just out of curiosity, okay, even then you can come and pray to God and you will get the answer. If you want wealth, prosperity, that also, if you come to God, pray to Him. And the Jnani, he who wants only knowledge, I want to see you, I want to meet you, I want to talk to you, I don't bother anything else. That also he will get. And Sri Ramakrishna is telling Nitya, Mukta, Mumukshu and Baddha. His category are four. One is Nitya, never bound by this, but they come only to teach the truth to the ordinary people. Muktya, he through his austerity, through his prayer, through his devotion, through his knowledge, through his unselfishness, practiced all that and has gone beyond the bondage. That's called Mukta, liberated. Then Mumukshu, he wants to get liberation. Most of us, we are in the Mumukshu stage, but very low Mumukshu stage. We have seen that the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, how stage by slowly stepping up the prayer, and ultimately that Mumukshutva, desire to get liberation, it reached in such a condition that he used to rub his face on the shore of Ganga and crying to Mother, one more day has passed, but I have not realized you. So that is the intense mumukshutva. And now our condition, we like God, we love God, we chant the name of God, we want to have the vision of God, we visit the holy places, but the intensity is little less. So the different stages of mumukshutva, but we are not baddhas. Those who are baddha, those who are bound, they will never turn to any holy place. They will never listen to any holy words. So obviously, this four category. And then Sri Ramakrishna is telling, there are another class, and they are Kripa Siddhya. Kripa means grace. Siddhya means success. So they get success not by their own effort, just by the grace of God. Now if we ask, why God should give the blessings to him because he has not done anything, that is his judgment. We cannot ask any question. And that is the speciality. So those who are trying to realize God, they have to constantly pray to God in a very humble way. We cannot pray to you. We cannot call on you. We cannot chant your name. We cannot meditate. But you can send your grace on me. Otherwise, there is no chance for me. So that way also we can go on praying, and that's called Kripa Siddha. Grace of God descends on them all of a sudden. When they are going on praying like this, maybe all of a sudden the God's grace will descend on them. We do not know what is going to happen, what will happen. And they at once attain his vision and his knowledge. So that is how Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is explaining. Householders should practice spiritual discipline. They should pray eagerly to God in solitude. Here he is giving a special, we can say, the responsibility of the householders. Why? Because there are so much of temptations, so much of diversions. So obviously there are so many types of diversions. Friends will come and joke, oh, you go to temple? My God, I see there's a light is coming out from his body. Sometimes they will go on telling like that. Then you lose the interest to go to temple and you feel shy to talk about God. No, you must have to go on practicing. Relatives will go on criticizing. Don't shout like that in the early morning. Don't disturb our sleep, then people will say. Even the own kith and kin, the children. So that's why they have to practice with great intensity. And Sri Ramakrishna is telling, the householders should practice spiritual discipline and they should pray eagerly to God in solitude. That is important. When lonely, when alone and nobody is there, if one can pray, and while praying, if one can cry, you will see your mind. If we try some days, sometimes it happens. Even if you think that today I am going to cry, you cannot. Even when you are crying, no effect will come. But after, suddenly, sometime, the tears will roll, and then you will feel that a light is coming. Whole body is becoming as if so fresh. And mind is full of joy. Then when you go and mix with the people, anyone, whoever is coming, you feel that they're all our own. So that way, a transformation, maybe for a moment, maybe for some time, but still, that is the proof that it happens. And then he is telling to one Mr. Chaudhary, God cannot be realized through scholarship. Many of the people, they'll be going on reading books, but only for the scholarship. References are very good. Knowledge is very good. Only for the scholarship, it is of no use. God cannot be realized through scholarship. All should strive for devotion to the lotus feet of God. He said, again and again stressing on this point, that devotion is the present day path, best path. There are four: the devotion, and then the knowledge, the karma, and meditation. But the best way for the present age is devotion. Infinite are the glories of God. How little you can fathom them? Can you ever find out the meaning of God's ways? And so many ways it is moving. You do not know, you do not how things are happening. So how you can say like that? Then Bhishma was none other than one of the 8 Boshus. I will tell you about this. But even he shed tears on his bed of arrows. You know the story of Mahabharata. He said, how astonishing. When the Arjuna, he was wondering, he is a Kshatriya, he is a warrior, he is crying out of fear of death. Warrior should not cry like that. He should not feel pain. Even so many hundreds of arrows, Arjuna himself shooting, and it pierced through his body. When he fell down, he could not touch the earth because, and as if he was lying on the bed of arrows, the Shara Shajja. And this Arjuna, then he was wondering why he is crying. Krishna told, why don't you go and ask him? Instead of just imagining things, go and ask him. Then he was telling, how astonishing. God himself is the companion of the Pandava brothers, and still there is no end of their troubles and sorrows. Who can ever understand the ways of God? So this way, if we can think, sometimes the God grace comes through sorrows, through miseries, through insults, through failures. His grace is coming. So that we have to understand, and we have to take it positively, and we have to go on telling, no one could hurt me if you are not hurting. It is your wish. He is coming only just as because you want him to come and hurt me. So he is coming, she is coming, telling like these harsh words, I don't mind, it is you. Why? So like that, when we think, and we even our sorrow, our anger, it's directed towards God. Our anger, we are fighting with him, with the God only. Why should we go to other people? We are not angry with anyone except that God. That means the constantly remembering God. So the Bhishma was telling, when the God is with the Arjunas, how come that they are not getting? But now, after thousands and thousands of years, we never talk about the Duryodhana, we talk about Arjuna. No mother, no one keeps the son's name as Duryodhana. Some of the, of course, in UP, I found 1 or 2. I told Duryodhana, but anyway, as because Duryodhana was a great wrestler, and the UP, those people, they love wrestling. So they kept the name Duryodhana. In one place of UP, there is a temple of Duryodhana. Okay. So, but most of the people will call Arjuna. Always Partha Sarathi, or so these are the names mostly they give. Why? Because they are now Amara. Amara means undying. They won't die. As long as that Mahabharata will be there, they will be living. And they never, I don't know, Arjuna was ever thought that we will be sailing Mahabharata here in America now. Even here the people are reading Mahabharata. They are fascinating in the life of Arjuna because he came in contact with God. That particular time he was suffering. But now, all joy, eternal. So this is the Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning this, that you cannot understand God and how he is going to help him. He mentioned about the Ashtaboshu. In our that Indian pantheons, there are these three are there. In the ancient India, Vedic rishis searched the supernatural truth through nature. And nature attracted men, and they found gods in nature. In Sanatana Dharma, that is Hinduism, we find naturalistic polytheism, then monotheism, then monism. Slowly the advancement to the one great. They divided the universe in three stages. This is very important. We call it loka, three stages. The whole universe. Duloka, du means the bhuloka, bhu means the earth. Then antariksha loka, in between, and then duloka, the heaven. Or we can say the space. So bhu, antariksha and du. So these are the three places. And they thought there are three gods ruling there. Agni, the fire, became the god of the bhu. Over the earth, Agni, the fire, became god. So the stage by stage they are proceeding. Vayu, the air, became the god of antariksha, in between. And then Surya or Mitra. Surya is also famous as Mitra. The Surya, the sun, became the god of Du. So Duloka, Bhuloka and Antariksha. So this way, three gods. Then they found only one god. Three cannot be. The moment there are three or two, there are divisions. And whenever there is a division, there is a collision. And when they collide, they break. It cannot be. Because everything is continuously moving. The air is moving, the sun is moving, everyone is going on, he is doing his work. There must be something one, somebody one, the great God controlling everyone. And they found Aditi. Aditi became the mother, the father, the brother of all gods and goddesses. That this Aditi is the creator, Aditi is the creation, and Aditi is the cause of creation. Why the creation? Who is the creator and what is the creation? All is Aditi. So those who are they know our this Indian, this Mahabharata and all this, Aditi name comes again and again. This Aditi, he became the cause of everything. Diti is the finite. Aditi, infinite. Then the three gods, again it became 33. Why? Because every sphere, every stages, they started counting 11 God. Because the different type of actions in the same atmosphere, so they started giving names of the gods. And these 33 are Ashtabashu, Ekadash Rudra, Dwadash Aditya, Du and Prithvi. So this way, everything, all this became 33. Ashtabashu, Ashta means 8. Bashu is that position. What are those 8 Bashus? They are Dhaba, Dhruva, Soma, Apa, Anila, Anala, Pratusha and Prabhasa. These are the Ashtabashus. You may be, once the interest may be, who are the Ashtabashus? Because every time they call about Ashtabashu. And in our childhood days, to remember the 8, they used to teach us Ate Ashtabashu. Art means 8. And Ashtabashu is the 8. So who are these 8? These are the 8. Then 12 Adityas. Dwadash Aditya, 12 Aditya. They are named as Dhatri, Mitra, Aryaman, Rudra, Varuna, Surya, Bhaga, Vivashwata, Pushana, Savitri, Twastri and Vishnu. They are all Adityas. Then came 11 Rudra. There's Mrigavadha, Sarpa, Nirriti, Ajay, Sthanu, Arhibundna, Pinakin, Dhana, Ishara, Kapolin and Bhaga. So like this, 33. In Rigveda we find Hamshavati Stotra. There it says Vayu, that means the air, has been addressed as Bashu. This Ashtavashu, the Vayu, the air, the god, he has been addressed as Bashu. That means the 8 Bashu means a different type of air. Sometimes it is breeze, sometimes it is torrential, tremendous force, sometimes it is tornado, sometimes there is no air. So different type of varieties of air they named is Ashtabashu. Now the beautiful names they always give for this type of tornadoes that is coming and destroying, but the names are very beautiful. Who gives the name I don't know, maybe the scientist. So this way, similarly, suppose we forget about the tornadoes and the name remains, then what we will think? So they were the god. Suppose instead of telling clear language that the god came out from the ocean and it was moving so fast, even the water it was taking, and it was taking down the air and the earth and the sky. It was tremendously powerful, it was so angry, it came, and like that if we give the description, maybe 2000 years afterwards, people will start thinking they were considering that tornado as God. What is the way they describe? So that is something powerful in the nature, that's true. And that nature, they are trying to understand which is doing what. So that way they divided. So this Ashtabashu, here Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, when he is mentioning the one of the gods, this Bhishma was not an ordinary person. He was one of the gods, Ashtabashu. Swami Vivekananda, he said, Shapta Rishi Ek Rishi. He was one of the 7 rishis. Who are those rishis? Where everything has merged in Brahman. Nothing can remain individual way. Nothing can sustain their individuality. Everything is merged in Brahman. There, the 7 great souls, they were sitting. And a small little boy, he went and hugged one of the rishis, the greatest one, and called him, invited him, I am going down, won't you come with me? And the rishi opened his eyes. This is the story that Sri Ramakrishna and Vivekananda. In our next, the e-zine that will be launched in December, I am going to write this in our editorial. The Sri Ramakrishna, in the last editorial, I don't know whether you have read or not. So in that last editorial, I have tried to explain the Ramakrishna and the Vedanta are the same. And now this, in only one page. So naturally, we have to be short, but this is very unique. How all this is slowly taking shape, and ultimately they are taking us to monism, one God. Previously it was having the different name Aditi, now the same thing has become Brahman. Because of the development of the thoughts process, so the name has been changed. Then one Mr. that Chaudhary is telling, how can one see God? See this question so many people are asking to Sri Ramakrishna. How can one see God? Here Sri Ramakrishna didn't tell that you have to go to a satsang, to a company of a holy person, then nirjan vash, then repeat the name of God and then pray he is not telling that. He is telling in a different way. Not with these eyes God gives the one divine eyes. One can see how one can see God, he asked. He said, not with these eyes. God gives one divine eyes, and only then one can behold him. And the same thing we find in the Bhagavad Gita. And there Arjuna wanted to see the God, his divine form. In the 11th chapter, and the God said, okay, but you cannot see me with your these eyes. I will give you the divine vision. Tumam shakyase drashtum anenaiva swachakshusha. Swachakshusha means with your own eyes. Chakshu. Chakshu means the eye. Divyam dadamite chakshuhu. Divyam means divine. Me means me, the God. Dadami will give. I will give you the divine sight. Pashyame yogam aishyaram. Then only you can see me. Then sometimes when you read, the people will laugh. What is all this? Now there are one device is there in our militaries they are using nowadays. Even in the dark, they are putting on a special glass and they can see things in the dark. How it is possible? When you are capturing the nature, understanding the law of nature, and harnessing, utilizing the nature, you can do anything. Similarly, this type of vision the God is giving to him, Vyasadeva gave to Sanjaya. He was a blind person. No, he was telling to a blind person, narrating to the blind person, the king, the Duryodhana's father. And here we find another man, Arjuna, getting the same thing from the God himself. So how can you simply deny? The Ramakrishna is telling, you cannot see God with these eyes, but you can see God with the divine eyes. Who will give divine eyes? The God himself. Otherwise you cannot. But how can you get the God? Then he said, Raga Bhakti is pure love. Again, he is coming back. In the Indian classical music, they go on moving in different tunes, but they come back to Soma. Soma means the beginning. In the beginning they will come and they will put like this. So those who have studied that classical music, they understand that is very important. You have to understand where the Soma. Sri Ramakrishna is going on telling so many things, but in every page you will find he is talking about devotion of God. Something like that. Here he says, Raga Bhakti is pure love of God. A love that seeks God alone and not any worldly end. Chaudhary again said, Sir, is it possible to have the vision of God without the help of a guru? So this is a very interesting question, very important question. Many of the people, those who are having this type of thought, why should I have to go to a guru? I can do that. Even to start anything we need guru. I was seeing one small child, he wanted to eat. And the mother kept the plate in the plane airplane. He kept the food over there. He was going on beating on the food. He wants to eat, but don't know how to manipulate the fingers, hold the food and bring it back to the mouth. So the mother hold that hand with that his own finger, then he pressed, brought back to the mouth, second time, third time, and then he found he is going on eating. Now he has understood how to hold it. So we need a guru to do any trivial things. Anything that we like to do, we need a guru. Now here, Sri Ramakrishna understood why he is asking like that. So Sri Ramakrishna didn't go to anything. Simply he said, Satchidananda himself is the guru. This is very important. Particularly in the Ramakrishna mission, we find it very important. When the people, they come and they call Guru, our Swamiji is particular president of the order, he is the Guru. When, as because I have come over here and the President Maharaj cannot come, so they have given me that, empowered me to give the initiation. But before that I had to go to him. And then he told, this is the process, then only that Guruhood they are giving. So otherwise not. Everyone that, then he says, if you go and tell him, you are the Guru, all these are Gurus, but you are the Supreme Guru, he will be very angry. He will never be happy. Why? Satchidananda is the Guru. God is the Guru. That is the most important thing. God himself is the Guru. At the end of the Shabha Sadhana, that is the process of a Tantra, just when the vision of the Ishta is about to take place, the Guru appears before the aspirant and says to him, behold, there is your Ishta. Ishta means the chosen deity. Unless and until you have a deity before you, a particular God whom you like, you cannot concentrate. Every day mind will go from here to there to there. It's just moving around and the energy is flittering away. The main thing is one-pointedness. So he is telling Ananta, performing the ritualistic worship known as the Ananta Brata. The women, they do. The object of worship being in the infinite. But actually the deity worshipped is Vishnu, all-pervading God. In him are the infinite forms of God. If you ask me which form of God you should meditate upon, so there are so practical answers. So that is why this gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, I always say, it is Panchama Veda. It gives us the spiritual knowledge and very practical. Whether we need a guru, Sri Ramakrishna is telling you must. Because the guru that you see, they are not only human beings. The force of Satchidananda coming through them. Satchidananda himself is the guru. Then he is telling, if you ask me which form of God you should meditate upon, I should say, fix your attention on that form which appeals to you most, but know for certain that all forms are the forms of one God alone. Monism. Ultimately one God. So only a few days back one gentleman was asking, so if I love some God, can I come and meditate over here? And you just come and see over here. All the symbols. You see here the Buddha and the Christ. That means it is giving the gamut of all gods. You can come and sit and meditate. There's no problem. But only thing, don't create problem to others. So that is the only thing. If you come and start shouting, no, this is my way of prayer, that will be difficult because others will be disturbed. So otherwise, anyone can come and sit over here quietly, he can pray, there's no problem. But the God means which one you like, concentrate your mind on that, but Guru is necessary. Never harbor malice towards anyone. That is what Sri Ramakrishna again and again is telling. So up to this today, and then we will meet, I think, November, December, January, February, March, and the April then we will meet. Again all the greeneries will come back and the joy of the mind will come back and again we will meet. But in the meantime, we should not forget to read at least one page of the Gospel. Read one page of the Gospel regularly. It will give you inspiration, guidance, and surely the God realization. That is obvious. This is the book, that is the scripture which can help us to realize God. Let us offer our pranam to Thakur. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa drita vigraham vai Ishavataram Parameshamidyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Datsat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. I'll be sending you these emails and all information, but I think today we have already sent one. This Mother's Tithi Puja we are going to observe on the Saturday. Shakti, and the Saturday is the particular day for the Shakti Puja. So this time, the first time, I felt that our devotees also come forward and they should also express how they think about the Divine Mother. And we have chosen 4 ladies and 2 gentlemen, 10 minutes, so they will be speaking different aspects. And again in the next year, another group. So that this way we will do. Of course, I am not leaving the microphone, I will be there. And as a chairperson, I will be there. And as a mothers, puja will be here from 10:30 to 11:30. Then Anjali and all those things, Pushpanjali, will go straight to that hall in the basement. We will have that program. In between, the continuous 6 lectures may be difficult, so in between a break by song, etc. So I have already sent it to you. And then will come our Kalpataru, and then Thakur Tithi Puja, Swamiji's Tithi Puja, one after another. So it will continue. We will be going on contacting you, sending the please come on that particular day. Everybody. The puja is open to everyone. Whoever likes to come, they can come. So obviously, this will be wonderful. On the Mother's Tithi Puja, most of the people they come, and it is Saturday. Swamiji's puja, this time it is 12th January. That is his birthday, that is his Tithi Puja. So birthday means English calendar, the date. But the Tithi means on that particular time of his birth, the position of the stars. So that counts, and they say this is the Tithi. So it changes every time. So Swamiji's Tithi Puja this time has fallen on the 12th January. So I was thinking whether we will observe it in the Sunday or not, but then I told no, it is on Monday itself, because this is a very rare opportunity, but it will be in the evening time, so that people can come after their office, so they will come. But before the Sunday, we will have a program for the young people. So I am trying to contact some of the school students, higher school, so they will have the oratories, they will choose some topics on Vivekananda, and they will give 10 minutes. And next, the university students, they will be having one debate. It's not a competition, just to express their opinions. And on Thakur's Tithi Puja day, or maybe Kalpataru, let me see, whichever, our elderly people, gentlemen, they will be there, and that way all should be involved in it. And whatever you are telling, that will be recorded and in the YouTube, and on the below you'll write the YouTube, that all these things, any question directly ask the person who is speaking, not to me.